Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and this is the UnReal world, and we are back with our Resurrected Spirit quest here, looking at Athena of the Owl Tribe. And unfortunately, in the last episode, we failed our very first quest, so it has been removed. While I was moving around here before hitting the record button, it popped up and told me that we officially failed that quest. Now, it's not the end of the world either, because I wasn't sure if that would screw up the quest that we can continue on with. But in fact, when I came to this gentleman right here and started chatting with him, he told me that they actually have a tribesman here who needs help with some chores. So the good news is that the quest failure in the last episode doesn't seem to have affected our quest line here. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to try that one again. I would like that here. But so let's talk to this gentleman. And a moment ago, he was wandering in the east. Okay, so we're going to find him. Now, I also, real quick, while I'm talking to this gentleman, I think it's about time we get ourselves a dog if we can. So I'm going to hit buy animal, and I've already checked here. They do have a dog for sale. So we're going to put that on the offering block here, and let's see what this guy wants. Now, I didn't really bring a whole lot with me. I do have a few skins I might be able to trade, but then again, maybe not. But we've got a ton of food here, so let's see if he'll take some of this. Now, I've got 75 raw elk cuts, just because I had to drop these off when we made our last kill, and I re-picked them up because I couldn't carry them all. So here we are with these. Let's see. Needs to be tripled. Well, that's a good sign. At least he's willing to take the raw meat. So let's try 60 more dried cuts. Halfway there. Ooh, this is going to be tough. I'm just going to put all 100 dried elk cuts up there. Just a few more things away. Boy, oh boy, this is an expensive animal here. But you know what? Honestly, to me, it's worth it. Having a dog companion. All right, let's do 25 more. We'll try it in 25 increments. There we go. It's a deal. Okay, so we've officially got our first animal here. There he is, our brand new pup. So I'm going to grab the free rope that they gave us, and now I've attached the dog to the rope. Of course, I'm going to name him. First thing I do is to name the dog. Okay, and I've decided on the name Sweetie, so we will call you Sweetie. Sweetie barks. There she is, our wonderful little pup. So now we've got ourselves an animal that could help us hunt, theoretically, although I usually don't need to have the dogs help me hunt. So I just kind of keep them around for personal defense, which is really, really helpful if we get attacked by some robbers, or, if we run into a nerpezit or something. The dog will be helpful. And in fact, I'd like to have 2 or 3 of them with me at the least, but hey, we got to start somewhere. So we've got ourselves a pair of skis now. We managed to get a little bit of leather, which reminds me, I do have another piece of leather being cured, or dehaired, I should say, down here at my shelter area. So I don't want, it takes 12 days. And the last time I did it, I spent a little bit too long away from the skin itself. And so it didn't go rotten, but it did lose its quality. So I didn't want to use it to make any kind of clothing if it's a poor quality. Obviously, the clothing will probably come out pretty poor. So we've got another one that I really want to get back to before it goes bad. But let's just see here. Okay, where's he at? Wandering around in the northeast. But yeah, we have to do this quest first. Oh, I'm still disappointed in myself about the last quest, but we gave it our best. I tracked all over that forest looking for... Okay, where is he? Northeast. I'll just try some of these gentlemen over here. Hello there. What's your name? Okay, where's he at? South. Good God, this guy's all over the place, isn't he? Yeah, I'm just going to talk to a few of them until I find this dude. Okay, I think we have located our friend here who has a quest for us. He's saying, I wish I had faster legs. So let's ask, why do you say so? Busy times. It's been too much hopping around, keeping up with all the chores around here. So let's offer him some help. Yeah, thinking of it, I might have a task for you. Do you think you could deliver a message? Okay, yeah, we can do that. To Ansi of the Koivula peasant. He lives in the village directly in the west from here. Okay, just a couple of miles away. Deliver my message, return with a reply within a few days. You have earned a reward. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry. He says we earned a little reward. Well, buddy, how about a big reward? No, just a message that probably doesn't deserve a whole lot. But yeah, we can do that. All right, now listen carefully. Go and tell Ansi that the wind is raising. Then get his reply back to me as soon as possible. Oh, and let me introduce myself. My name is Kanuti. Hello, Canuti. Okay, understood. We will go do that. So he said to the west. I got to get my directions sorted out, but that is, I believe, over here. So I'm going to head away from their village, pop out to the world map. Now, luckily, we're at the time of year, deep winter, where I'm able to cross right over the water, which is wonderful. I assume this is it. A few miles to the west. Here we go. Let's try it. So we're looking for Antsy. Antsy it is. All right, we'll introduce ourselves as a little child here. I'm looking for somebody called Antsy. A while ago, he was inside to the northwest. All right, so when they say inside to the northwest, obviously they mean he's in a building. That might be him right there. Are you Antsy? Oh, this is him. All right, so we just introduced ourselves. I'm looking for somebody called Antsy. Well, here I am. My name is Antsy. Okay, I have a message for you from Canuti. All right, he asked me to tell you that the wind is raising. Ah, Canuti, that clever friend of mine. Good, this is good news. Thanks for telling me. Okay, and let's go with the response here. He said I should bring your reply back to him. Ah, yes, tell him that it's best to prepare the offerings. Well, this is a very cryptic conversation these two are having here. All right, thanks. I will go deliver your message back to Canuti. Good, you do that. All right, buddy. Let me just chat with these folks real quick. I want to see if they have dogs. No, they don't have anything for sale. No animals here for sale, so that's no big deal. Not a biggie. You can see that my temperature is cool right now, so you know that means we are in the depth of winter right now. Look at the temperature gauge. Yeah, it's almost at zero, or I don't know what the bottom is, but it's almost the very, very coldest it can be. And the good news is we are maintaining our warmth level at cool. If it got to cold or chilly, I'd need to really watch that. But if it stays at cool, I'm okay with that. Cool is not bad. In fact, that's how I prefer to live, But let's go ahead and have a little lunch here before we head back and talk to Antsy. Okay, here we are talking to Canuti. I got the name wrong. Yes, so he's asking me, got that reply from Antsy? Yes, he said that it's best to prepare the offerings. Oh, I get a reward. Good, very good. Thank you for your help. Well, let's settle what this reward is now. I hope they have some arrows here. So he's basically giving us some credit. We have 5 squirrel hides worth of credit we can trade for. So that's pretty cool. Let me see. I want to see, do they still have any more dogs for sale? No, that was it. I should probably take this marker off here. Actually, what I'm going to do, since it's got multiple things on here, I'm just going to delete the dog entry, and I'm going to leave the perfect shovel. In fact, you know what? Let's see. Maybe I can find that perfect shovel and grab that. Somehow I feel like it's going to be worth way more than 5 squirrel hides, but might be worth giving it a try. I'm always willing to trade away food, too. At this point, we've got plenty more being prepared back at our camp. So if I were to trade away basically everything I had right now, it wouldn't even be the end of the world. So let me see if I can't find that perfect shovel real quick. Well, that's a little bit strange. I cannot find that perfect shovel. Maybe one of the villagers picked it up and is using it. I'm not sure, but I think what I'm going to do is grab this fisher's knife. We'll try that. When I started my character, we went with the hurt, helpless, and afraid, which means that essentially the only weapon/tool you get is a knife. And I started with this here, the Camo knife, which is a fine knife, don't get me wrong, but it's a rather heavy one, as you see it says in the first sentence there. So it's probably not great for certain kinds of crafting and stuff. So I think if we can trade for this fisher's knife, which is a little bit smaller, I think, yeah, with a long, thin blade, especially useful for fishermen preparing fish. So it'll be good to have a variety of knives around for crafting and food preparation. So we will try to trade. Let's see here if to extend it, but let's see. Okay, very well. Your reward covers less than half. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Well, I still want to get the knife, so let's try 25. We'll try 25 elk cuts. Needs to be doubled. Yikes. All right, let's do 50 then. There we go. Let me think again. I want to get this just right. I don't want to overpay him for this knife. So let's just start. What did I do? 75 there. Let's just try 50 and see what he says there. Just a few more things away. Okay, we'll do 10 at a time here. There we go. Boom. So we saved about 15 cuts on that. But hey, so we got ourselves a knife, and I don't have to worry about remembering that this village I have squirrel fur credits in. So we've done our good deed. We got ourselves a quest, another quest completed. Thank goodness. Maybe we can leave the memory of that failed quest behind now, and we could just move on, right? Let's see. So, like I said, I think I'm going to head back down to the shelter here, and I just want to stick close to home for a little while till that leather is finished, because I'm really anxious to make some quality leather clothing for her. And if I screw around and I wait too long, again, we'll lose the quality of this. I don't remember if it was a fine one or not, but I'm neglecting her sleep. She's very, very tired. So let's make sure we give her plenty of rest. I'm going to eat these cranberries. They've been just sitting in my pocket. Beautiful. Okay, so where the heck is my shelter? All right, still a little bit south. You can see this is pretty good hunting ground. There's a lot of nice open area here, so let's drop into camp and just check our traps too real quick. I don't see anything in the bird traps. I also have a fox trap down there to the bottom right. You see that? So nothing there either. Now, there's the elk fat. Okay, we have 7 more days for this. This elk fat right here, hopefully it'll last. The last little piece of fat that I kept for the crappy leather, it did last. So it's pretty amazing that stuff can last for 12 days. Now, I imagine if it was in the height of summer, this elk fat probably would go bad. But the good news is if you're in summertime, you could just go peel some birch bark off of a tree, or not birch, alder or rowan, and then you can tan with that. But all right, so we are back home. Let me see how much. I'm carrying a bit of weight here. What do I got? Elk bones. I don't need all this meat. Drop this off. Obviously, I want to slim down as much as possible. Oh, I was like, why am I still carrying 86? I think it's probably from the skis. Yeah, the skis we're carrying alone weigh like 12 pounds or something. So let me just see if there's anything else I can slim down. Doesn't really look like it. I got my bag of food. I could empty out my water if we encounter an animal, just to help mitigate some of my endurance loss. I could empty this bag out because that's like 15 pounds of water right there, which is quite a bit. But that's it. Let's get. We're just dropping some stuff off. It's noon, so we got plenty of daylight left. Let's get out here and ski around. Maybe we can do some hunting. My favorite thing. And of course, I haven't forgotten that I do want to spend some time fishing, but what I'd like to do is just get some nets. I mean, the active fishing with a rod is cool, but I'd never have success with it. What's her fishing skill at? Her fishing, she's a novice, but yeah, the nets are so superior in my mind, just for like a novice fisherman like myself, that I feel like what I want to do is maybe kill a couple more elk or maybe a couple reindeer. Or heck, now that we got a dog, maybe even a bear, right? But once we get another couple kills, we can probably take the skins and some of the meat and go trade for nets, which would be ideal. Now you can see it's completely dark out here. Early morning, literally no moon is up. There's no sun, so I can't even see like one square in front of my character. We're literally almost on top of my shelter, and I can't even find it. When I get like this, this is one reason why it's always good to put the X there, so I can kind of line myself up on the world map with my X. Now you see I'm perfectly centered, and boom, we're right here on top of our shelter. Man, it is so dark. This is nuts. I'm just going to cut down some branches until the sun comes up, I guess. Okay, it is morning, and I still can barely see, but that's okay. We pop back out to the world map. I think we'll be fine. Let me check on some of this meat. We've got 18 days till that is done, and a few more days for this. We only got 3 days for these. Oh, also, I need to try and remember to do some sacrificing on a daily basis. Don't want to do too much because it doesn't help, but if you definitely want to sacrifice at least once a day. There we go. See, it says we feel at ease. So that's what you want. If it says you feel uneasy, then that's not good. You've sacrificed too much. But, all right, let's head back out. And, I forgot. We do have some traps set right over here. Let me check this spot. Nope, just 4 traps with nothing in them. Okay, no problem. It's always good to remember where your traps are set at, though. I think those are the only 2 spots right around our little base plus that one. So not a big deal. And I'm going to try and break some new ground over here. Let's head into this darker. Actually, let's head north. Yeah, let's open up some of this dark area that we haven't explored. And I don't see a lot of flat land in this direction, mostly forest, but it's still good to have knowledge of your surroundings, you know? And oh man, I wish I did have more stuff to trade, because this is the time of year when it's best to like travel cross country. Since we'll just ski right over the top of the ice, it makes travel so much nicer. Okay, taking a little drink. No moon here. Oh, at least it stopped snowing. Let's go and rest. A little bit risky here. What does it say? You wake up to snowfall, you get back on your feet. You feel pleasant, it says. Very nice. All right. We'll wait till the morning, and then I'll do another sacrifice, but it's still midnight out here. Okay, well, I didn't discover an animal, but actually I see an elk right there. Okay, we're going to go for that. But I did notice there's a village right here, which is unusual. It's just one of these independent villages. You can just see the corner of the yellow square. That indicates that there's a village here, but it just happens to be outside the cultural boundaries of any other, civilization here. So this is effectively just a, what's it called? Independent tribal. There's another one over here too. Now, if I wanted to play like an evil character, we could kill everybody in this village and basically claim it for ourselves. And it wouldn't piss anybody off because they're not affiliated with any of the cultures around here. But I'm not going to do that. We aren't going for a mass murder playthrough this time. I have in the past, but not this time around. We're going for a peaceful spirit quest. Ooh, look at that. So this big boy right here took off running as soon as he saw me. I wonder if we can get a shot off on him. See, the difficult thing about hunting in the winter, in addition to the extra weight you're carrying because all the fur and clothing you have to have on to stay warm, you got a ski stick in your hand. So normally in the summer I would be ready and I could shoot immediately because I'd have an arrow here. But I've got this ski stick, so I need to unwield that and grab an arrow first. Which that action alone, just taking the ski stick out of my hand and equipping an arrow, passes a single unit of time. So now if you'll notice, the elk actually was able to get a little bit farther away from me. But I'm still going to take a shot. This is a pretty long shot here, but let's go. Oh, we nailed it. Okay. Ooh, we got him. He's crippled. Very nice. And he's already a little bit fatigued. Wow. That was worth it. That was a good shot. Now, you'll see, too, if I zoom in real quick, just look at my character, you see that the skis, she's still wearing them, even though I don't have the ski stick in my hand. But if I were to move forward without that ski stick, the skis would come off, essentially. So, again, in the winter, there's a few extra steps you've got to, so I need to re-equip my ski stick so we can maintain our skiing posture. And like I said, in the winter, it's fairly common that you got to go through a few extra steps whenever you're hunting, but it doesn't mean that you can't be successful. You just got to keep your order of operations, basically. Okay, there he goes. Okay, I always look at him when I lose sight of an animal and then I reacquire him visually. I always look at him. He's fatigued now, which is great. All right, so I'm actually gonna stop hiding so I can get a little extra speed here. And since we're skiing, I can't actually sprint. There's no way to sprint while you're skiing, but I can tell just by watching the elk that he is losing steps, which means he's getting more and more exhausted, which is good. Yeah, he's very fatigued now. So that arrow we shot really did a number on this guy. Tell you what, it's not usually this easy to catch him, but boom, there we go. I guess I could potentially beat him with my ski stick, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to wield my knife. And now, like I said, notice as I move, the skis are going to come off. Boom. Yeah. So we don't have the skis because I don't have a ski stick right now equipped. But like I said, I prefer to hit him with my knife anyway. So it's not the end of the world if you have to move a few feet without your skis on. All right. So I always go for the legs until I get him down. I'm going to repeat that. And of course, we go blunt. I don't start poking at him with the blade or anything because I can damage the fur. There we go. Okay, so now he's unconscious. I will do a blunt to the skull this time. And again, you could cut the throat, which would probably be a little bit quicker, but you might potentially damage the fur. So I like to just take it slow. It takes about a dozen hits of an unconscious elk to crush the skull, but And that's just because they got thick skulls. So I'm just going to keep her. There it is. Okay. You can always tell when they're dead by the little blood pool. Now, very important, since the dog is probably hungry. Yeah, he's starved and a little bit fatigued. So he is hungry. I'm going to get him away from the carcass. And I'm going to tie him to this tree right here. Tie Sweetie to the tree. That way she's not going to be able to eat this carcass while I'm over here skinning and preparing it and stuff. Which normally if I just kept her leashed up and she was right next to me while I did this, she would eat part of this animal. Now let's go ahead and skin. Oh, hold on. I'm going to rest completely. All right, now we will skin. Skin the animal. There we go. And anybody out there who's worried about the dog, like starving, they won't die from starvation. So don't worry about that. The only way they can die is from violence, essentially. Let's go ahead and butcher it up. Now, if you wanted to use the dog for hunting purposes, in other words, you wanted to give it commands and stuff like that, tell it to stay or to attack, you would need to keep it fed, because if you release a starving dog and try and tell it what to do, it might not listen to you. It might just go run off. You know what I'm saying? So if you intend to use your canines for hunting, just keep them fed. But like I said earlier, I almost never use them for hunting. All right, let's do this. We're extremely tired, so there's no rush here, though. I'm going to go ahead and just sleep right on top of the carcass. Not a big deal. Let's go ahead and try again. Yeah, it's snowfall. All right, I'm going to do a quick sacrifice just to say thank you to the spirit realm. See, I did it. I don't know why it says unsteady. It's a brand new day, but oh well. I'm sacrificing a little bit too much here is what they're telling me by saying that I feel unsteady, but that's okay. Hold on, I need to rest. Oh, wait, no. This is a big elk, guys. This is going to be a lot of meat here, so I'm picking everything up. I've got, hold on, let's see. Okay, I just fully rested, but I'm still at negative 100, which means she can't move at all. She's too overweighted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out to the world map. Oh, crap. No. I don't want to do that because the dog's tied up. So hold on. Let me grab the dog's leash real quick. All right, let's grab that. Now we have our dog. Almost forgot. Almost left the pup behind. Oh, it won't even let me pick these up, dude. That's crazy. Hold on. I can do it in phases here. Or in stacks. So I'll pick up part of it, and then that. Did I get it? Yeah, we did. Yeah, there's nothing there to pick up. Okay, so now that I'm on the world map, I'm going to drop. Well, first of all, we got a couple things to do. Let's get our ski stick equipped. I'm going to go ahead and eat, and then take a drink. And now I'm going to actually empty that bag of water, because that's 7.5 pounds that I really don't need to be carrying right now. And that'll allow me to carry more of the meat home, because I've got, where is it? Where's my meat at? I've got 237 elk cuts here, so that's 237 pounds of elk. We need to drop some of that. So I'm going to put it right here on the world map. We'll do 100. We'll just see. No, even that's not enough. Let's try the antlers and the bones. No, still not enough. All right, we'll just drop 37 here. There we go. Okay, now we're good. So it's under 100%, which means she can walk. But before I leave this spot, what I'm going to do is put a marker on the map, just saying that there's meat here. Very important step. If I didn't put this here, this little X, then I would have no idea where the meat was, right? Like I could try and get back to this exact location here, but it's kind of far from the shelter, so it would definitely be tricky. But now that I've got that spot marked, we can come home real quick. Let's pop down. No, don't worry about the links. Let's pop down here to the shelter. Where's it at? Just south of us. Now what I'll do is I'll drop off the skin and the raw meat. We're going to just leave it here. And I'm going to go zoom back there real quick and grab the rest of that stuff that we dropped and bring it home. Okay, here we are right back at the location where I dropped that meat. So now I'll pick it all up. And hopefully, yes, okay, she is strong enough to at least carry this back. Oh, and you know what I just realized? I could have pushed some of that meat onto the dog, and potentially we could have gotten it all home in one trip, but that would be very important, too, if we were in the summertime, because obviously during the summer, meat's going to go bad sitting out like that outside a lot quicker than if it's in the winter like this, but since it is so cold and the meat's going to be essentially frozen, it's not a big deal to me. It will be okay. But yeah, it is easy. God, I can't even see far enough around me to go for water right now, but no big deal. This sun, there's like been no moon for the past like 3 days, and the sun's not coming up till like late morning basically. But if I can find, where's the shelter? Oh, we ran out of endurance. All right, I'm just gonna sleep for a second. There we go. Okay, there's our shelter. It's like one spot to the south. Boom. And I'm going to break open this hole for the water because we're about to dehydrate. There we go. All right. And I will refill my bag too, just to make life a little bit easier. And eat. Very good. Okay, so we are set. You can see I tied up the dog over there. He's up on the tree. And I did drop some bones over there too. So why can I not tell him to eat? What? I'm not sure what's the deal there, but I did drop some bones over there. He's standing on top of them right now. Oh, look, it says Sweetie eats an elk bone. So she's going to be okay. She won't starve over there. But I'm already carrying too much stuff again here. Let's drop these antlers and the bones. So I don't need to be carrying those around here at camp. And I'll push those into the shelter. Boom, there we go. Okay, now we can walk around. So you got to kind of juggle things, so to speak. Not literally, but you got to get your skin taken care of, or the elk fur, and then while that's being processed, I'm going to dry the meat. And in between stages, I can go back to the fur and take care of it. So first things first, always clean your fur. Oh, did I drop it? Yeah, I'm not actually carrying it. Hold on. All right, so there it is, the fine winter elk skin. Very nice. Oh, and I'm too heavy here, so let me grab the fat, and I'll drop off the rest of this meat. See, like I said, there's a there's a lot of juggling going on, so I can actually move around too. Now, it wouldn't be such an issue if I had created a character who was much bigger, like a big person with lots of strength and endurance. They could probably carry all that elk meat with them. But she's a little bit smaller, a little bit more diminutive. We can take a look at her physical profile real quick. You can see she's 69 inches tall, 157 pounds. She's actually got really incredible physical profile, but her two weakest attributes are strength and endurance. But that's okay. She's a pretty incredible character regardless of that. So now let's go ahead and take this winter elk skin to the next stage, which means we use the elk fat on it. And what this will do is it will drop it at our feet. Now it's got about half a day before it's done. It won't be ready until the small hours. And if we look right above it, it's telling me that the de-haired elk skin, or the leather, has 3 days to go. So remember, that's the whole reason we came back to this location, was just to make sure that I don't screw up and let that leather piece sit there too long, because that would not be good. So, all right, now I've got some cordage here. I'm going to pick up this entire stack of 200 and some elk cuts. Nope, I'm going to try to, but it's not going to let me because she can't. All right, so we'll pick it up in stages. There we go. So now we've got all of it on us, and I'm going to dry it. Take a little bit of time here, but it's really not so bad. When you do the full batch of like 50 cuts, it doesn't take that long. Boom, there we go. Especially if you've already prepared the cordage ahead of time like I've done here. It's always good to make sure before you go on a big hunt to have plenty of cordage back at camp so that you can dry the meat right away. And you're not like, oh, I've got this huge elk kill with all this meat. Now I got to go run off into the forest and get a bunch of cordage first. Don't do that. Get yourself prepared ahead of time. Okay, so all the meat is now dried. You can see all of it being prepared. Of course, it's going to take about 24 days before that's ready. Luckily, the stack next to it was finished after I completed the drying of that most recent kill. So we've actually got a whole bunch of meat here. I've got about 10 pounds of dried elk cuts, another 5 pounds or so, 150 slices here. So we've got plenty of food now. Food is no longer an issue for us, guys. What I need to do now is finalize this elk fur here. So looks like it lost the modifier on there. Unfortunately, that does happen sometimes. Even if you've got a fine piece to start with, sometimes as you're preparing it can lose a little bit of quality. Alternately, too, if you're really good at hide working, it can gain quality, too. But this one is just an average winter elk fur for 23 pounds, which is good. And like I said, we're going to use that to do some trading here in the very near future, get some nets, maybe another dog, maybe another axe or two, so we can start to think about making our cabin. But we've got to get a couple more kills under our belt before I'm ready to actually take that up and trade with it, because one single elk fur really isn't that much in terms of its trade value. I mean, it's a good chunk of fur, don't get me wrong. It's just we need a lot more than that. So I'm going to get 2 or 3 more of those, and that'll set us up really nicely for the spring and summer. Maybe we can spend that time choosing a place for where we want to settle down and build our final cabin. Because as much as I like this spot here for its like hunting ground in the general vicinity here, it's not the exact spot I want to set up. So we're going to have to search around, find a good place that it's very important in a game like this to find a spot that you really, really like whenever you decide to finally settle down. That way it motivates you to keep coming back and keep playing and stuff like that. If you set up in a spot that you're not really that fond of, well, you might just lose interest. So anyway, though, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. We did manage to get another quest done and a successful hunt, so hopefully we can continue with that progress going forward, right? Anyway, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and of course, a big shout out to the Patreon supporters out there. Thank you guys for your donations, and I will see you all on the next episode.